Okay, I'm going to get started. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us. My name is Valerie Vargas, and I am the Senior Advisor for the School of Professional Studies, and I am also your DBA advisor. I'm going to say thank you, first of all, for joining us on an Easter weekend. We typically have two options when we do summer orientations. It's either Fiesta weekend in San Antonio or Easter weekend in San Antonio. So this is where it fell this go around. So I appreciate you all joining us and taking the time out. So I won't be long. I'll try to be as brief as possible, but give you the information you need. And then if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to us via the chat today inside the Zoom. You can simply raise your hand, ask questions, and at the end we'll do a question and answer as well for you. This will also be recorded so you can have it for a resource later on. All right, let's get started. So first I want to introduce you to our DBA program team. I've already introduced myself. We have Dr. Ryan Lunsford. He is our DBA program chair. Dr. Deanna Garza, she is an associate professor of business for the DBA program and our undergraduate and graduate program. Most of all of our faculty wear many hats. Dr. Kruti Liebenbauer is on, Dr. Adam Guerrero. Dr. Tina Siller is our Assistant Director of Advising and Tutoring Services for the School of Professional Studies. And then Jill Stanislawski, who all of you had to go through first to get here. She is our Manager of Doctoral and Consortial Admittance. Okay. So let's talk about the student's role. With the DBA program, we do have a handbook that you were given a copy of when you first were admitted. And that would have been given to you by Jill in an email. So what we would like for you to do is to remember to utilize that handbook, but also I know it states here in the orientation slide university bulletin, we refer to it as the catalog at UIW. So we want you to become familiar with the catalog, the student handbook, any other materials that you receive upon entering the program, just become very familiar with them. Seek out explanations for policies, procedures. We align ourselves with the Broadway campus and the organization, I'm used to calling it orgs, but that's the abbreviation for it, for the graduate office, the Office of Graduate Studies. And so they have a website that I'll share with you in just a little bit with clear, concise policies, procedures, forms if needed. And then if you have any other questions, we ask that you please reach out. You can contact me anytime via email. You can phone call me, anything you'd like. I'm able to meet with you. I'm pretty flexible. I can arrange appointments, whether it's late, you need it later in the evening, you need it on a weekend, that's not a problem. I want you to just be sure that you're reaching out if you have any questions or concerns. Schedule regular appointments with your academic advisor, just me. There should be no less than one meeting per semester. I'd like to meet with you at the start of every semester registration opening. So anytime registration opens, I'd like to meet with you. And then one more time during the semester as we get closer to the end of the semester. And that's not to say that I'm not speaking with you throughout the semester. This is just an actual official advising appointment. I'd like to do 2 of them per semester, one at the beginning and one towards the end. I want you to consult with me when you're making major changes, especially when it comes to classes, whether you're choosing to withdraw, drop before the course starts. Talk to me. Let's see if we can work something out. If we can't, we can always have a plan of action that we can determine that would be best for you moving forward. It's recommended that you keep all your own records as well, copy of your unofficial transcripts, program requirement checklists, semester grade reports, things of that nature, schedule. So keep that for yourself also, and that way you'll always have your own records available. Okay, your role. Hey, what happened? Sorry, talk to myself often. I'm sure you're either there or going to be there soon entering this program. Student and advisor, roles and responsibilities. Students entering SPS are assigned to me. I am your academic advisor for the duration of your program with the DBA program. Remember my phone number or email address. You can contact me, like I said, whenever you need me. I'll assist you with registering for classes, selecting courses, maintaining a checklist of your progress for graduation. I do this also in conjunction with the official degree plan that is maintained by the registrar's office at UIW. I want you to also remember your student ID number. It's okay if you don't memorize it. I know it says memorize it, but there's a lot of stuff you're memorizing already. And guess what? We're going to make you memorize more things like a password, a new username, a new password. So you don't have to memorize it. What I would recommend is when you're communicating with me, just add it in your student email account in your signature line. Just add your ID number. Sometimes I can look it up by your name, but there's times I cannot. It won't pop up for me. So just make sure you do that. That way I can assist you better. I'll help you with problem solving. I can refer you to needed services. I can assist you with your concerns. I want to be committed to ongoing advising, especially before registration periods. I just want to make sure that I'm here to help you to be successful in your program without actually doing your work. This is your degree, and the advising process depends on your participation, your active participation, partnering with me in your program, but the final responsibility for meeting all academic requirements, institutional requirements, it rests with you as the student, but you're not alone. We're all here to help you. I'm here to guide you, and your faculty are here to assist you in any way we possibly can. If we don't know the answers when you reach out to us, we'll make sure we can get those for you in a timely manner. So everybody, when you first were admitted, were given access to your student portal, which we refer to as Cardinal Apps. Inside Cardinal Apps is going to be a ton of information, including your student email account, Office 365, which is free when you're a student, gives you access to the entire Microsoft Office suite. DegreeWorks, that's your official degree plan. Canvas, that's our LMS, our learning management system, where your class is going to be held in, whether it's face-to-face, hybrid, or online. Banner registration, where you can drop or register for a course. UIW Engaged, if you want to get involved in the community around you or here locally. We have events that you can take part in. And then CashNet, where you will pay your bill. If you have technical difficulties accessing Cardinal Apps, unfortunately, as an advisor, I don't have access to help you with resetting your password, neither do faculty, but the help desk is available 24/7. So they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's always someone on the other end of that line that can assist you. And that's the phone number on the screen. So this is what Cardinal Apps looks like. Exactly self-explanatory. It is a bunch of apps in the portal. Your student email account is there, Office 365 and Canvas, as well as DegreeWorks. Those are the most important things. There's also an app for UIW VA certification. If you are a veteran using your GI Bill, whether it's voc rehab, post 9/11, whichever the case may be, that's where you'll submit your form so that your classes can be certified once you've registered. You have access to Zoom. You have access to CashNet, like I said earlier. And then Banner 8, Student Services. This is where you'll register for classes. You can see your transcripts, unofficial and request official. Lots of useful resources in here. So every student, when you're admitted into UIW, is assigned a Cardinal email account. This is official communication with UIW, and this is the account that we will use. I will use this email for all communication with you, as well as the other departments at the university, whether it be financial aid, the military and veterans office, the registrar's office, the business office. It is imperative that you access this email account and that you use it regularly to communicate with me. Some of you may have noticed that if you email me from your personal email, I'm not going to ignore it, but I'm going to reply back, and I'm also going to copy your student email account on it. Eventually, I'm going to wean you off of using your personal email account to contact me and just use Cardinal email. So for a while, I would say 1 semester, I will continue to copy your personal email account. After that, I won't copy it anymore. I will just simply reply to your student email account. When you apply for graduation, it is the only way the registrar's office will communicate with you. So DegreeWorks is the degree plan that I mentioned. It is in Cardinal Apps. That's what the app looks like. It is your academic degree audit. It is your official record for your degree plan that the registrar's office maintains. It has your student information, degree requirements, and your major. This is what the DBA program is, just a sample of what it looks like. It recently had an overhaul, and it doesn't look like this so much anymore. But every student who is admitted into SPS is invited to join us for the SPS advising course in Canvas. In Canvas, you will find useful information about your degree, about the program, questions you may have, concerns. It's all listed in there. And you can reach out and you can connect with your academic advisor as well, with me, with other departments. It's really useful, and I highly recommend you accept that invitation and join that course that's in Canvas. So it'll show the doctoral program has 45 hours that are required for completion. Please disregard the mention of official transcripts being articulated. We don't articulate for DBA transcripts for students because transcripts in the DBA program, we don't accept transfer credit. This little blurb is meant for our undergraduate and graduate students, and I should not have included it, but disregard that. So we do need your official transcripts though in our office, every single one of them. You are permitted to be admitted into the program with unofficials, but you have 16 weeks to get us your official degree plans. They have to be official. They have to come straight from the university or institution you previously attended. Once we have all of those, you're good to go. If at 16 weeks we still don't have it, a hold is placed on your account by the registrar's office, and you're not permitted to register for classes for the upcoming semester. I just want to remind you, if you have any questions, you can please put them in the chat now, or you can hold them to the end for our question and answer session. So this is what your degree plan typically looks like in DegreeWorks. Shows the 45 hours of credits required. All of the classes are listed. We highly recommend that our students register for classes in chronological order. That is the order that you see them listed in your degree plan. 8310 should always be your first class, followed by 8315 and so on. If the schedule does not permit to follow in that form, then we will see how we can make some adjustments. However, Dr. Lunsford and I had a meeting, and we definitely feel like we have solidified an annual schedule, which we will be happy to share with you when we're able to. So it will help you moving forward to plan out your program, and you know exactly what you're taking every semester. It also helps because they work in conjunction with one another, the courses, so they build upon each other. There are prerequisites also that need to be followed that will set you up for failure if we're allowing you to take without the prerequisite or the recommended course. So when we make recommendations, or when we say you shouldn't do this course without this one first, there's a reason behind it, and I just ask that you respect that and listen to our recommendations. So right now I'm going to ask Dr. Lunsford to speak to you all about the culminating experience. That's the portion of the DBA program that makes us a little different from other typical DBA programs. Dr. Lunsford?
Thank you, Valerie, and hello to each of you. I look forward to meeting you live and in person May 6th and 7th. So welcome to UIW and to the DBA program. As Valerie mentioned, one of the things that is unique about the DBA program at UIW is the flexibility that you have to develop the traditional dissertation portion of a DBA or a PhD program to reflect what your personal and professional goals are. And so you essentially have 4 options to fulfill that 9,300 credit. And the first option will take all of your 9,300 credits, and that is the traditional 5-chapter dissertation. So those of you maybe that considered a PhD program as you were researching and exploring may have reviewed some dissertations. And that certainly is one of the options that you have as a DBA student here at UIW. If a student chooses not to go the dissertation route, then there is a combination of options that a student may explore and may decide to pursue. The first of those options is the publication of peer-reviewed journal articles. The next option is a conference presentation. And then the final option is a works-based project. And as Valerie mentioned, we want to be brief this morning, and I know there's lots of information that you're assimilating. And so we'll, of course, take any questions that you have related to the 9300s, but we at least wanted to give you a brief overview of the flexibility and the options that each of you will have. Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you, Dr. Lunsford. I appreciate it. And we do, I know it is addressed also in your 8310 course by Dr. Lunsford in more detail. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Dr. Lunsford or any of our faculty. But this is brief, but I can imagine that you will have questions as well. Okay, let's talk about Canvas. So Canvas is our LMS, our learning management system that we use at UIW. Whether your course is hybrid, face-to-face, or online completely, asynchronous, then this is where your class information is held. So no matter what, you're going to find your course information here, what you're registered for, the announcements for the course, your syllabus and textbook information, modules, assignments, discussions, and grades. So when you first log into Canvas, and you'll access this through Cardinal Apps, you will see your home page, your first login page, and on the left-hand side, you'll see dashboard. When you click on dashboard, you're going to see icons of the courses that you're registered for. If you click on courses, you're going to see a list of courses. So it'll come out in list form. When you click on one of the courses that you're registered for, you'll come to the home page. And I'm using my course that I teach in the undergraduate program as just as an example of a home page. So you'll see your home page, you'll have announcements on the left-hand side, syllabus, modules, assignments, discussions. On the right-hand side, you'll see the to-do list. It'll line up with a calendar, so things that are due and when they're due. But you can also contact your instructor through Canvas. You can see announcements from your instructor or the program itself. It's extremely important that you keep up with these announcements. The instructors utilize, the faculty utilize the announcements portion of Canvas really well. And then of course, keep up with any other information that's listed in your course. If you have any questions about your specific course, you can reach out to the faculty that's teaching. Or to me as well, I have no problem. So conquer the classroom, connect with your instructor. I know sometimes we tend to be a little more distant when we're doing distance learning, hybrid courses, but it's imperative in this program that you develop a relationship and a rapport with your faculty and you connect with your instructor. So I encourage you to get to know your instructor, connect with that instructor, but also connect with your classmates. I know you can speak to one another through Canvas. You have the ability, if you click on people in your course, to email your fellow students in the courses, but connect with them on the outside as well using, cell phone, other contact information, just so that you guys are always working as a team, as a group, bouncing ideas off of each other. It really is helpful. So stay connected, keep up with assignments when you have a program like this or any other type of adult learning program that's a non-traditional student base. I recommend that you jump ahead. Don't just keep up. So look at your syllabus, look at the due dates, look at what's coming up, and always go above, go beyond. Be prepared with your reading, be prepared with your assignments. Just really keep ahead and then keep a tight rein over your time management. It's what's going to really assist you if you have good time management in this program. And most importantly, ask lots of questions. There's no silly question. There's no question that we probably haven't heard. So ask us, ask myself, ask Dr. Lunsford, ask your faculty. We're here to assist you and help you. And we want to make this as fun as possible for you. Education should be fun. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a little stressful, but anything worth having is going to be a little hard sometimes. Our drop policy is there are no automatic drops. Drops are initiated by the student only. We do not drop you for non-participation or non-payment. That's very important. So if you don't participate, You're going to hear from us about, hey, we're concerned about you, where you've been, where have you been, but we will not drop you. It's not our process here at UIW. You must go through your advisor if you want to drop your course after the first week of class. So students have the ability to change their schedule, drop a course if they need to. Friday, first week of class. So I believe it's May 6th, first week of class, 5 p.m. After that time, you cannot do anything to your schedule without going through your advisor. I have to do it for you. So the deadline to drop a course with 100% tuition refund is May 6th for summer 2, and it's by 5 p.m. and it must come through email. I don't do anything verbally. So it's got to come through an email. Just simply state, for whatever reason, I'm needing to drop this course. Can you please assist me with this? I'll be happy to do it. Please include your student email, your student ID number in your email. I will drop you from the course, and if it's before 5 p.m., you get 100% tuition refund. If it's after 5 p.m., I cannot refund the tuition. So you'll be responsible for the full tuition. The deadline to withdraw with a grade of W from a course for summer is July 22nd. This protects your GPA, but you'll still be responsible for the tuition. Our graduation policy at UIW is that every student must apply to graduate. It's a little different with the DBA program because we typically tell students in the undergrad and grad program that you must apply for graduation a year in advance. That's not always the same case with DBA because the 9300 courses with publication are a little different. So it just depends on the time frame of publication. If you're able to satisfy all your requirements for your 9300 courses, whether or not you're eligible for graduation. So we work with you with that. Just want to make sure we can at least get your application in. We can change a graduation application 3 times. And it's not to say we can't change it more often than that. It's just that after the 3rd time, they will charge a new fee, a new graduation fee. So you can change it up to 3 times with the $150 graduation fee. We can move it 3 semesters. After the 3rd semester, it's a reapply for graduation with a new application and a new fee, $50 fee. So we just want to make sure that we get close to the graduation date and your application is in, and we can make sure that you avoid that second fee. You complete your application for graduation through your Banner web account. You'll go through Cardinal Apps again. You'll click on Banner 8, Student Services, and you'll register online. Everything is automatic. Check your Cardinal email account once you've applied for graduation, because all communication regarding graduation comes from the registrar's office and they only utilize the Cardinal email. So if you have questions or concerns about graduation, when it comes you're getting close to the time of applying for graduation, just feel free to reach out to me and we can work with your faculty mentor that you're utilizing for your 9300 program, and we'll determine what is the best anticipated date of graduation for you. So the Office of Research and Graduate Studies, also known as ORCS, is located on our Broadway campus, and we align ourselves with their policies and procedures. The link for the graduate catalog is listed there. Please familiarize yourself with the org's website, their policies, procedures, the program, as well as the graduate catalog. And the course catalog provides you with course descriptions. It also has the process for any type of grade appeals. Resources are a big part of the org's website. They have resources for workshops and other training events. They even have writing workshops for graduate and doctoral programs. So those are really good to utilize, and the majority of them are free as well. We do have support services at UIW. The business office is part of our student support services. It's located on the Broadway campus in the administration building, but they are available electronically through email or phone. They also do have an online time. If you go to their website, you'll be able to see that as well, what times a business office advisor is available. We have student disability services. If you have a disability and you need special accommodations, you can reach out to Michelle Beasley, who is the Student Disability Services advisor. and her information's on the screen. The Office of Financial Assistance is located on Broadway in the UIW Chapel building, but they are also available online, and they are doing online advising appointments as well. Their website information is listed, and their email and phone number are there as well. We also have contact information for the Military and Veterans Center. They're located in the Student Engagement Center on Broadway. They assist active duty as well as the veteran student who is utilizing benefits for their DBA program. And this is probably one of the best resources you will find for a graduate degree or a doctoral degree is your library services. So all students have access to the UIW Maybe Library. The app is located in your Cardinal Apps account. Our designated librarian is Erin Cassidy. She's our distance learning librarian. She's also a research librarian. So she can assist us and assist our students with any questions you may have utilizing scholarly journals, research work. Reach out to her. Erin is an amazing resource, and she loves what she does, and she's more than happy to always help. And the beauty of this is that all of the journals and the scholarly articles are available electronically, and she can assist you with accessing those as well. So reach out to Erin if you have any questions or concerns. We are on social media. The School of Professional Studies is on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We invite you to follow us using those handles listed on the screen. We will post events, upcoming functions, and just pretty much information that you can utilize that's useful to you. It will be listed on our social media platforms. So join us on there. We do have some fun events, and I will say we have some DBA specific events coming up, and I'll share those with you as I get more details about them. The Rave Alert system is a system that sends out emergency information to students, whether it be weather alerts or active shooter alert, things of that nature, anything that has to do with student safety or an emergency situation. The university will send out a text message alert to all students. So make sure that you keep your cell phone number updated. You can do that through Banner Web in Cardinal Apps. Okay, our COVID-19 and UIW flight plan is listed on our website. That's the link to it. As of right now, masks are no longer mandatory inside our buildings or our classrooms. They are optional for the students and the faculty and the staff. So that's actually good news. I see that as a way of moving forward, getting back to our new normal. But if you have questions or concerns about our flight plan, you can utilize that website. We do have some online tutoring options that have come up. We've established during COVID. You can utilize them at the website listed above, listed on your screen. We have online advising appointments. You can access me through Teams, Zoom, phone, email, and I'm happy to do online advising on Saturdays too. I have no problem being flexible to meet your needs. So just let me know. I don't do straight 9 to 1 anymore. So if you're needing a Saturday appointment, just let me know ahead of time and we can schedule an appointment. So I'm going to do all of that by appointment. UIW does also offer counseling services. So if you feel the need as a UIW student, you have that option available to you. The link is there. We want you to know that you are part of the University of the Incarnate Word. We're all one university. And if you'd like, we have lots of activities available: athletic, sporting events, student organizations, campus dining, library, in person if you happen to be in person and want to utilize that. And we have a wellness center or a gym, and membership fee is required, but it's a really small amount. It's not huge. And it's a great facility. We also have an auditorium as well if you're local. You can access all of these things utilizing your UIW issued student ID. However, the library is accessible electronically, so you don't actually have to have an ID card. Just know your ID number. If you're local and you'd like to receive a student ID number, you can get your student ID by going either to the Student Engagement Center on Broadway. That is at the Student Life Department on the 3rd floor of that building. You just need to show proof that you're registered for classes. It can be simply by pulling up your electronic schedule on your phone, or it can be on a paper. You can also access getting your student ID through the Northwest Center. If you call me or call them the number listed, I can let you know if someone's available here to have that printed out for you and created for you. You can also email me or call me if you want to order an ID. I know Jill has also done this in the past for our students. All classes and advising offices are located at the Northwest Center on Data Point Drive. Once again, I put on here Saturday advising. That's with me, but that's by appointment only. I am available pretty much whenever you need me. I try to stay available. So just let me know how I can assist you in when you need to meet with me, and I'm more than happy to do that. So I'm going to allow for any questions. If anybody has any questions, you can either put them in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask them. Not a problem. If you think of something after the presentation has ended, you can feel free to email me or Dr. Lunsford, and we'll be happy to assist you with any questions. There are faculty online with us today. Dr. Cody Lampower is with us, and Dr. Lunsford, of course. So if anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask, please feel free to do so.
I see a question in the chat. If you want, I can address it.
Let's see. Okay, absolutely.
It says, if we chose the dissertation, when is the earliest we can get the topic approved? If you notice, the 9300 requires the prerequisite of both the 8340, which is the writing for publication class, as well as the 8350, which is the research design class. In both of those classes together, basically, you will be learning the components of writing and research. And in the research design class specifically, you will be working on anywhere from a 30 to 40 page proposal of the kind of topic that you would like to pursue. Once that 8350 is close to completion, you would be, in the meantime, you would have done other courses in the program too. So you would be familiar with various faculty in the program and what their research interests are. And at that time, you can take your proposal, go to the faculty member that you find yourself most comfortable with, or whose interests are close enough to yours. And at that point, you can choose, the mentor will basically decide if what you want to work on is appropriate, is it feasible for a dissertation or not. So this is a common misunderstanding for people who start a PhD program. So it's not just limited to our DBA students, where we all think that, oh, you know what, I'm going to write this masterpiece and I'm going to do a PhD. And this is what I love to do. So that'll be perfect. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. In almost as topsy-turvy as it sounds, the more super passionate you are about a topic, the less likely you are to be able to write an objective academic dissertation on it. So that's why I said that you don't get to choose the topic. You get to work with your mentor. You jointly determine your topic. And then that mentor will guide you in choosing which would be the right committee members for your committee. Because, say, just as a theoretical example, if you were to work with me on a very qualitative topic, I'm not a very qualitative oriented research person. I do understand it, but I would then be like, you know what, we need to find Dr. Garza and see if she would be willing to be a part of our committee so that the qualitative portions are addressed appropriately. Or better yet, I would probably say, hey, you know what, your topic is really interesting, but it's very qualitative in nature. Why don't you go talk to Dr. Garza to see if she would be willing to be your mentor. I don't mind being on your committee, but I'm afraid that I don't have as much exposure in the field you're interested in. Again, this is the reason why there's a lot of interaction that will help you choose what you want to work on, and what is feasible. And doing it as a part of the 8340 and 8350 process also, you'll realize that maybe what you think is out there is not really out there in the academic world. And if it is not a very well-researched topic, then taking a chance on something like an academic dissertation may not be the best approach. So keep all this in mind as you go through the program. Keep a very open mind when you receive feedback from faculty members in different classes, because I can tell you right now, and I know Dr. Lunsford will probably back me up on this, we don't give you feedback with an intention to put you down. We give you feedback because we need you to grow. We know what you're capable of. And so it's got to be a mutual trust relationship where we are trusting you to do your job and you have to trust us to do ours. So that's, I don't know if that answered your question way more than you needed, but I hope that helped.
Thank you, Dr. Crudy. Appreciate you a lot for answering that question. Does anybody else have any questions? I wanted to, while you're thinking of your question, if you have one, I wanted to remind you that the summer term begins on April 30th and it ends August 19th. Hi, Ben, you have a question?
Yeah, I heard Dr. Lunsford mention meeting us on May 6th and 7th. I know I joined a little bit late. Are we being requested to be in person on those days?
Valerie, would you like for me to answer? Or?
Yes, sir. That'd be
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Sorry.
Yes, we are. All classes are meeting live and in person at the Northwest Center, May 6th and or 7th, depending on what classes you're taking. So for example, if you're taking the business ethics course, then that will meet Friday from 6 to 10 p.m. If you're taking the qualitative research course with Dr. Garza, that will meet Saturday morning from 8 to noon. And I think those are the only two courses that new DBA students would select from. But yes, after 2 years of pandemic challenges, we are back in person and live.
Thank you, sir. And then what should we be bringing to class for those first days? Is there any required technology, or is it just more of an introductory class to where we'll be just visiting in person?
There's no hard requirement. Most do bring, a laptop or some piece of technology because they will want to pull up their Canvas classroom. They'll want to, pull up the library, some other resources that we will be exposing you to. So no requirement, but most do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
And I will, thank you, Dr. Lunsford. And I will be there on Friday evening to meet with the new students as well, just to say hello in person. I won't be there, unfortunately, on Saturday, but hopefully I catch all of y'all on Friday.
And will the classroom locations be in our courses?
Yes, those are listed. Those are actually listed right now, probably in your Banner course as well. When you go into Banner, not in DegreeWorks, but in Banner, it'll show you the classes that the class specifics. But you can always call me too on Monday when I'm back in the office. Yeah, I'm back in the office on Monday, and then I can make sure that we have the exact classroom for you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see the classrooms provided. I might be looking in the wrong place.
Okay, that's okay. It's either going to be one of two classrooms, though. It's either going to be 112. 112. Yeah.
It's 112.
Okay, perfect. 112. And I'll be there to direct you, and there'll also be someone else there in the center to help you. He's our monitor that's there. on the weekends. So we'll be there. It'll be staffed so that if you have any questions or concerns, we'll make sure you get where you need to be.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Erica.
Cool. That's why we came on camera, since we're on the same one. I figured it'd be easier to tell us apart with the visual. That's Erica. I'm Nicole.
Hi.
Nice to see you face to face.
Nice to see you.
My question, I have kind of a two-part question. One, when will the syllabus be available so that we can see when we're expected to be in person, so that we can make sure we adjust any work or private travel plans? And then the second question is, typically for hybrid courses, is it a cadence of every 2 months in person, or is it like more regular for our courses?
I'm going to let Dr. Lunsford answer that.
Hello, Erica. So a bit of a caveat in that each class will vary a bit, and each class may vary a bit based on enrollment. So for example, in your very first class, which is the ethics course, it's a discussion-based course. And so, this semester I had a relatively large class, and so we needed a couple of more synchronous meetings where we met live on Zoom, so that everyone would have an opportunity to present and gather feedback. It appears as though this summer offering of the class will be relatively small, and so the plan would probably to to meet less often, but we'll solidify those over the coming days. And my personal goal is to have your syllabus up the first half of next week. I was waiting for a few things to finalize Thursday relative to the class and enrollment and Canvas and a few other logistical issues, but the majority of that has been finalized, and we'll be able to give you at least that second date where we'll meet in person. But Friday, May 6th at 6 o'clock, as far as I know, has been solidified, and unless there's some other blip on the pandemic radar, we'll plan to meet then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions? I'm looking at the chat. I don't see anything else. If you do have anything that comes up, you can think of anything, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be back in the office on Monday. Just for transparency purposes, I will be leaving at noon on Monday, but I will be there in the morning and I'll be able to answer any emails or phone calls that you have. So I thank you for joining us, and I want to welcome you to the University of the Incarnate Word School of Professional Studies, and you are a Cardinal, and you are a Cardinal for life now. So welcome, and I hope you have a very blessed Easter Sunday. Y'all take care. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Hi, Valerie.
Yes, sir.
Would you stay on just a half a second once our students are up?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.